Conversations, Tips for Alumni. I hope I'm audible and visible. Yeah. Can someone please acknowledge?
Yeah, all good.
Yes, you are.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, the thing is, I'll not be able to see all of you because at the moment I can only see my presentation. But of course, as Ruhanda said, definitely at the end, we'll be doing a Q&A session. And I really encourage all of you to ask as many questions as possible. And let's make this a collaborative webinar. Yeah. All right, then let me start. So, firstly, I'm very excited to share some great insights with you. But not only that, I'm excited to share my own personal experiences that has shaped my career journey. Also, the reason why I chose this topic is because, like many of you, I have had my own fair share of career transitions. From stepping into the workforce as a teacher to navigating to various roles, industries, and even countries for that matter. Yeah. So the reason why I chose this topic is because not only to give you strategies and tips for navigating career transitions, but also to comfort you and to give you an inspiration that you're not alone in this journey. All right. So before we start, let me quickly give you a brief introduction about myself. So a little about me. I hope all of you are able to see this slide. Y- Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect, perfect. So, as Rohanda rightly mentioned, I am a recent MBA graduate. I have graduated this year, January 2024, from the University of East London. I'm also very, very passionate about human development. So, I'll be discussing this with all of you going forward. The reason why I chose different job roles, different industries, the reason why I decided to move to the UK, everything I'll be discussing with you going forward. I am a trained classical dancer, so I have received training in Bharatnatyam, that is one of the classical forms in India. I have received training for 6 years, after which I also did a bachelor's degree in Bharatnatyam. Of course, I am a continuous learner, so this is something that I strongly believe in. And even today, even after graduating as a MBA, even after graduating, doing my MBA degree, still I'm learning. I'm doing level 4 diploma in information advice and guidance. And I'll discuss with you what all qualifications I have got and which will also help you in navigating your career transition. And of course, I am a hard worker. I strongly believe in hard work. For me, there is no alternative to hard work. And this is again something that I'll discuss with you going forward. Please let me know if there is any problem in between, if you're not able to hear me or if you're not able to see the slide, anything, please let me know. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide. Let's get into the actual discussion. So the changing landscape of careers. Now, all of us are aware about the rapid changes that is happening in industries due to the disruptive technologies, right? All of us know that due to AI, most of the jobs are being replaced. So I was going through recently an article in India in the year 2023, 67,000 people were laid off from companies. So this is not just in India, but this is worldwide. We keep seeing this every now and then. Even in the UK, I have my relative who was recently laid off from Amazon. So the reason why I'm saying this is because due to disruptive technologies, jobs are being replaced. And of course, I'll give you some tips and strategies how to overcome this challenge, how to overcome this barrier. So, for example, currently I'm working as an employment advisor at one of the companies called as GetSet UK Maximus. And I come across many clients who are facing difficulties in finding the right job for themselves. So one of the common question or common challenge that I face in dealing with my clients is that most of them want to get into the digital marketing sector. The reason being that digital marketing is something that is in great demand in the UK job market. However, they are not able to crack the job. The reason being, they think that they have the qualification and then that's done. They should get the job. But no, the UK job market is not like this. It works on two things. Employers today, they see experience and they see qualifications as well. Now, qualifications in the sense just doing a degree is not enough. You do need additional qualifications, additional practical knowledge, volunteering experience, part time experience, everything. So, if we talk about digital marketing, then most of the companies today are seeking people for search engine optimization, pay per click advertisement. So, they require people who have these skills. So that is the reason I tell my clients that they can get these experiences by indulging in volunteering experiences or in part time jobs. The reason why I told you this is because you never know. Today, the job market is extremely uncertain. And one way to sustain in this uncertain job market is the importance of adaptability and continuous learning. Now I'll give you my own example. As I said, I'll be sharing a lot of personal experiences with you, a lot of real life examples, because that will show you that actually there are some things that are possible. So when I started my journey as a teacher. So when I started my journey as a teacher, I realized that I had to get a teacher's training to survive in the education industry. So I went to my employer and I took a proactive approach. I went to my employer and I asked him to let me do a teacher's training. Now, let me give you this one small suggestion that whichever, irrespective of the industry, irrespective of the job role that you're working for, if you feel that there is some skill that you need to learn to move up the ladder in that industry, please don't hesitate to go to your employer, speak to him or her, and let them know that you're interested in doing so and so training or so and so course to help you to improve that skill. Because this will also show the employer how eager you are to learn. Trust me, this is something that has worked for me until now. So, like I said, I got a teacher's training, and then when I moved to the UK, I started as a careers advisor, information advisor and guidance officer in one of the colleges. Now, when I was doing this, I was working. I was working part time because obviously I was doing my MBA simultaneously. And when I was working, I realized that in this industry, in this job role, it's very essential to uh, actually learn the skill and to get knowledge about information advice and guidance because it's a very vast field. Again, I went to my manager. I spoke to him. I said that before going to my manager, I researched about the qualifications and about the demand in the industry, and I got to know that most of the colleges, most of the education related companies were looking for candidates who had a minimum qualification of level 4 diploma in information advice and guidance. So I first did my own research and then I went up to my employer and I requested him to let me do this qualification. And of course, employers really get happy, your managers really get happy when you show that eagerness to learn. So I started my level 4 diploma in information advice and guidance. And let me tell you, it was extremely difficult for me to manage my MBA, my level 4 diploma, and at the same time, working 20 hours a week. So I would like to tell you that you will come across a lot of barriers, a lot of challenges. But if you have that, what do I say? That eagerness to learn, that eagerness to transition into different careers, then you can definitely do it. So I completed my MBA. I will be completing my level 4 diploma in information advice and guidance in this June this year. I'll be getting that qualification. Now, of course, when I was doing that job as an information advisor and guidance officer, or alternatively, you can call it as careers advisor, I started doing this qualification. Now, after 1 year, 1 month, um, I decided to change my job role. So I was just going through companies, and one of the company, one of the CEO of one of the company, he approached me for the vacancy, that is employment advisor vacancy. Now, employment advising is something that is different from careers advising. But still, I took up the challenge, I took up the job. Going forward, I will also discuss with you what I do at my job and how I transitioned into this new job role. So, right now, all I want to tell you is the importance of continuous learning to sustain in today's job market. So, one good thing about continuous learning is that you get to learn diverse skill sets, which going forward you can use it for your own benefit. Now let's say going forward, um, if let's say employment advising is a job that companies start doing redundancies or laying off people, I know that I have got a teacher's training and I can always choose to become a teacher again. If not, I know I can again choose to become a careers advisor. So the reason why I'm telling you to focus on continuous learning is because it will equip you with diverse skills and knowledge, which you can use going forward in this uncertain job market. Of course, the next thing is the growing importance of soft skills. Now, soft skills, all of us know it is communication, interpersonal skills, teamwork. Now, let me give you a very small example about the importance of soft skills. This is a real life example. So, in my company, one of the candidates, she was there for an interview for the same role that I was doing, and she had 10 years of experience in the same role, and she had all the skills, but then she was rejected. Why? Because she, the hiring manager thought that she was lacking the skill of teamwork. The hiring manager thought that she can be fit for the job, but she may not be a good fit for the team. Now, the reason why I gave you this example is soft skills are extremely crucial, and they will definitely help you. And even once you get the job, soft skills is something that will help you to sustain in that job, because today teamwork is something that is extremely important. Next thing is importance of building a diverse career portfolio. As I said, if you see my career portfolio, I have worked as a teacher, I have worked as a careers advisor, and at the moment I'm working as an employment advisor. And I am not going to stop at this. I do have my own goals. I know what to do and how to do. But again, I would like to tell you is give time, be patient, and you have to give time to the job that you're doing. Don't think that building a diverse career portfolio means you work 2 months as a teacher, you work 2 months as a careers advisor, you work 2 months as an employment advisor. No, I'm not saying you to do this, because you will only learn skills when you do that job for a longer period of time. So, and the reason why I'm telling you to build a diverse career portfolio, I already discussed the reason with you, is that if some jobs get extinct in future, if as I said, if there is no scope for careers advising or employment advising, I know where to go and what to do. So that is the reason why I'm telling you this. And um, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention one more thing. So while I was working as a teacher, because of doing the teacher's training, it actually helped me to start my own coaching center. So I also started my secondary source of income. So from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, I used to work as a teacher. Let me tell you, I used to teach economics and business administration to A level students. So I used to teach from 8 to 2 at a college. And then after that, I used to run my own coaching center. The reason why I told you this is because when you have that eagerness to learn, when you learn new skills, you actually can navigate your own career journey. Yeah. And please don't think that I am self-posting myself. No, I actually want all of you to gain some sort of understanding from my personal experiences. And I'm sure many of you must have gone through this. Of course, we will discuss this at the end. And let me tell you, it was not a cakewalk, and it is still not a cakewalk. There will be a lot of challenges, a lot of setbacks. It's just that you have to be optimistic and you have to move ahead. All right, let's move on to the next slide. All right, understanding your why. Now, this is extremely important. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I know my passion. So it's very important for you to know your passion, to know your goal, because only then it will become easy for you to navigate your career journey. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm extremely passionate about human development. I love helping people. I love helping them to develop in their personal and professional life. And this is the sole reason why I started working as a teacher and why I started working as a teacher to A level students, because 16 to 18 age group are the students in the age group of 16 to 18 are extremely vulnerable. They don't know what to do, they don't know how to do. And guiding them was something that I extremely enjoyed. And even today, I miss teaching. The only reason I had to leave the job is because I decided to move to the UK, or else I would have never left that job. That was a very rewarding career. And even today, I'm still connected to my learners, to my students. I still discuss with them. They still get back to me if they have any doubts, or if they need any suggestions. So, the reason why I'm saying this to you is that if you know your passion, it becomes really very easy for you to navigate your career journey. Now, as a teacher, again, what I did was the same thing that I'm doing at the moment. At the moment, I help vulnerable people, vulnerable individuals in varying age groups to get job, to get into employment. So in my current job role, where I'm working as an employment advisor, I help vulnerable individuals. Now, when I say vulnerable individuals, individuals who have mental health barriers, who have physical disabilities, who are single mothers, so I help them to get into the job market, to get into employment. So when I say help, I guide them what sort of training they need. Once they receive that training, I help them with interviews, I help them with CVs, job applications, and even after when they get into job, I support them by providing them in work support services. So this is what I do at the moment. So this is again human development. And before this, as I said, I was working as a careers advisor. So even in that job role, ultimately, whatever jobs I have done till now, um, the main goal behind doing those jobs was human development. And let me be very frank with you, the job that I'm doing at the moment is extremely stressful, but that's good stress. The reason why I tell you that it's good stress is because I am really very passionate in what I'm doing, because this was something that I always wanted to do and I always want to do. So when you are passionate about something and when you start doing that, your career journey becomes really very easy. So that's the reason I'm telling that it's very important for all of you to reflect on your own personal values, passions, and goals. Of course, identifying motivations for career transition is extremely important. Now, motivations can be financial and non financial motivations. So, if you're somebody who has got a financial objective, then of course you will choose a career accordingly. If you're someone who wants to get into a rewarding career, you will choose your career accordingly. So all I want to say is the main intention behind choosing, making this slide, designing this slide, is to encourage all of you to reflect and understand your why. Why, in the sense, why do you want to do a particular job? Why do you want to enter a particular industry? Yeah, I hope it's clear. Of course, we will be discussing this in the Q&A session. All right. The next thing is building a personal brand. So, this is something that I also tell my clients as well. It's extremely important for you to do your own marketing, to market your own self. It's Very important. Now, how do you do this? How do you build your personal brand? So, first is crafting a compelling resume and LinkedIn profile, of course. Now, LinkedIn, you will see a lot of LinkedIn in my PPT because I'm extremely obsessed with LinkedIn. And I make sure that all my clients are have their own updated LinkedIn profile, because in today's job market, I think LinkedIn is something that is helping a lot of people. Now, LinkedIn will only help you if you keep your profile updated, if you showcase your achievements and impact, and if you connect with industry professionals. It's very important for you to showcase your achievements. So if you go on to my LinkedIn profile, you can see everything. I have showcased all of my achievements, and it's also extremely important to let the employers know what you do, what you have done before, because this will give them a clear picture. And also it will also help you to get noticed. So creating and updating your LinkedIn profile is something that I would strongly suggest going forward, and especially if you're planning a career transition. Also, crafting a compelling resume. I know this is very self-explanatory, but I would like to give you one small suggestion, that for every job that you're applying, please make sure that you tailor your CV as per the requirements of the organization. Because most of the people, the mistake that they do is, if they are interested in customer service jobs, they will use the same CV for all the customer service jobs that they apply for. No, because every organization, though it's the same customer service job, but every organization will have their own requirement. So please make sure that you go through the job description, the requirements, and you tailor your CV accordingly, because that will help you to get shortlisted. And again, overall for this slide, I would say that please make a compelling LinkedIn profile. Please update your LinkedIn profile, as that will definitely help you. All right, let me move to the next slide. Networking strategies. Engaging with alumni networks. Now, this is very important because this will help you to connect to individuals from different industries. And we should be really thankful for the UEL alumni, for especially for UEL alumni engagement officer, that is Ruhanda, because what she is doing is commendable, the way she is organizing these webinar series. And I also got registered today for the next networking event that is happening on the 28th of March. And I would strongly encourage all of you to go and register for the event that's happening on the 28th of March. It's a very fun event. It's a physical networking event. And the reason why I suggest you to engage with alumni networks is that you can build your network. And going forward, it will definitely help you, because one thing that I have observed in the UK job market is that you can quickly get a job through referral. Referrals really work in the UK job market. So it's extremely important to build a strong network, because you can get jobs easily through referrals. And of course, building relationships through informational interviews, that is, having that eagerness to know what people do in their job role, how does the industry work, and it because that will give you knowledge about different industries. And of course, utilizing online platforms like LinkedIn, as I said, it's extremely important. And also building a diverse network. So when I say diverse network, so alumni networking events can really help you to build diverse network, because as I said, and I'll keep saying this, that you never know what will happen in which industry, when will it get extinct. So it's always important to have networks in diverse industries, in different industries, because that will help you to get a job easily. Right, let me move on to the next slide. Developing new skills. So, as I said, continuous learning is very important. But for that, identifying the in demand skills is very important. Now, there are different ways through which you can identify the in demand skills. So, one is researching about different industries and specifically the industry that you're interested in. So, like I said, when I was working as a careers advisor, I did my own research. I got to know that majority of the organizations were looking for people qualified in level 4 diploma in information advice and guidance. So that is how I identified the in demand skill, and I am learning that skill. Another way is again through LinkedIn. So when you scroll down the LinkedIn, especially when you go onto the jobs tab and you see the vacancies, and when you go onto that, what are the requirements? What skills are required by the organizations? So you can go through that. You can make a list of the most in-demand skills for the job roles that you're interested in, and you can start doing courses, workshops, and certifications. Now, when I say courses, of course, there are a lot of course providers. You can do courses through Udemy, you can do courses through Coursera. Also, you can do courses through LinkedIn Learning, of course. Skill development programs offered by the university. This is something that can also be really helpful for you, and of course cross-functional training. So cross-functional training, for example, at the moment I'm working as an employment advisor, and I know that, if I'm interested into going into HR, then I can also do, I can also request the employer to let me learn the HR skills, and also building a portfolio of skills. So again, I would give you my own example that I have got a portfolio of skills because I have got skills in teaching, coaching, I have got skills in careers advising, I have got skills in employment advising. So building a portfolio of skills is very important. Developing new skills is extremely very important. I would like to give you one more example, is that when I joined this company in the interview, when they got to know that I was working as a careers advisor, they asked me whether I was interested in continuing as a careers advisor in this new organization, or whether I was interested in working as an employment advisor. Now, at that point of time, the easiest option was choosing careers advising because that is something that I was doing and I knew everything about it. But no, I chose the difficult path. So I said that I want to work as an employment advisor. And today I don't regret the decision because I have learned extremely new skills, something that I had never learned before. The reason why I'm telling you this is because it's always good to choose the difficult path. Of course, you will go through difficulties, but at the end of the day, you will learn new skills that will help you in your future career path. And yeah, so what I would like to tell you is please concentrate on doing online courses, workshops, and certifications because that can definitely help you. And also, one more thing I forgot to mention is that before doing this job, I actually was not using Power BI at all. I had no idea about Power BI, but I'm so happy that I chose to work as an employment advisor because today I know how to use Power BI very well. So again, this is one of the perks, one of the benefit of choosing a different job role and transitioning into a different job role or a different career because you will get to learn a lot of new things, a lot of new skills. All right, let me move on to the next slide. So of course, this is again self-explanatory, resilience and coping with setbacks. Now, please bear in mind that today's job market is very competitive, very uncertain, as I said. So you may come across times where it would become difficult for you to think what to do, to how to survive, how to sustain in the job market. But having a growth mindset is something that can definitely help you, and please, please, please bear in mind that setbacks are a natural part of the process. And if I tell you my strategies for resilience and overcoming challenges is I always think I'm very proactive. I always think about the positives, the pros and cons of whatever I do. So I always think ahead, and all the time I'm just researching about different industries, and I'm just preparing myself for any adverse situation. So I try to learn a lot of diverse skills. So if not this, then I should have four other alternatives. And of course, I really emphasize on sufficient sleep and healthy work life balance. So sufficient sleep is something that will help you to function well at your workplace or whatever it is, whatever you're doing, it will really, really help you. And please embrace change. Because for me, when I started doing this job was very different from what I was doing before. So you can understand I work with people going through mental health barriers, physical disabilities, and working with them is difficult. So this was something that was very new for me, but I embraced this change. I enjoyed what I was doing because this was again something new that I am doing. So please embrace change. So when your situation changes, when you change your job role or when you change your career, the first 6 months will be very difficult for you. It will be very difficult. But please bear in mind that it will be difficult, but going forward, you will be at a good place. So I know all of you are really very capable. You know all of this, but you need someone to say this to you. So I would like to tell you, please be resilient and please have your own coping strategies to overcome the setbacks. Right. The next one is exploring new opportunities. Now, I'll tell you what I do. So whenever I have time, I research about industries and about the jobs that are in demand. So I always make a list, and that list gets updated every now and then. So I take time off, some time off during my weekends, and I make a list of the in-demand jobs, and especially the companies that are actively hiring for the jobs that I am doing or I have done before. So I make a list of it so that I have an idea about the new opportunities that are out there. So it's always important to explore the new opportunities because it will give you a lot of information and knowledge about the industry that you are working at the moment or the industry that you're planning to get into. And I would strongly emphasize on the importance of internships, volunteering work, and part time positions. So I forgot to mention this to you. So while I was working as a careers advisor, while I was doing my MBA simultaneously, while I was doing my level 4 diploma in information advice and guidance, I also worked for a small startup company as a talent acquisition manager. So this was a really very small company, small startup, but I am very, very, very interested, extremely interested in HR. And in the future, I actually want to get into HR. So that's the reason I took up this volunteering opportunity and I did this for a couple of months just to get an idea about how it works, just to learn the skills, just to gain the practical knowledge. Because going forward, if I want to get into HR, I have some sort of basic knowledge. So the reason why I'm telling you this is that please explore around and please find such opportunities, especially such opportunities will come across, you will come across with small startup firms. And again, you may have to sacrifice your financial objective because what I was doing was a volunteering role, so I was not getting paid for it, but of course I learned a lot of skills and a lot of knowledge, a lot of information about how the talent acquisition area works. So yeah, this is extremely important that you explore startups and small businesses. And of course, again, engaging on LinkedIn is very important because that is the place where you will be noticed, where it will become easier for you to explore the new opportunities and taking the plunge. Please take that plunge. Trust me, don't worry about the difficulties, about the challenges. Take the plunge and you can navigate on your own way. All right. I hope this is not something that I'm doing like a TED talk. I definitely hope that it's not. Sorry. The next one is balancing risk and reward. Now, when you are thinking about a career transition, please bear in mind that it's extremely important for you to think about the risk and reward associated with the career transition. And please have a strategic plan. Financial planning is very important because if you have done a good financial planning, then the career transition can become a bit smoother for you. If not, it will become very difficult. So this is something again I always tell my clients. So when my clients come up telling me that they are interested only in a particular job and they don't want to do any other job, and at the same time they don't have money to survive, I tell them take up any job that you're getting, save some money. In the meantime, prepare for the job that you want to get into. Prepare in the sense, do the courses, gain the skills that is required for your desired job. And then once you're financially capable, then take the plunge into the new career or new industry that you want to get into. So, having a strategic and financial plan is extremely important. And again, doing a skill gap analysis. Like I said, if you have a desired job in your mind, please bear in mind that it's not easy to get the job in one go. So for that, you will have to do something that you don't like. You will have to do another job. And at the same time, you will also have to prepare for your desired job. So you will have to do the skill gap analysis, learn the new skills, gain the skills that are required for your desired job, and then go on to it. One another good way to do this is exploring part-time options or volunteering options. Like I mentioned earlier, I am interested into HR. I want to get into HR, but I do understand that to get into HR, you need some sort of previous experience because companies they are not willing to hire freshers. They want people experienced in the industry. So that's the reason I did this volunteering role. And of course, I am looking for opportunities for part-time opportunities in this HR area of work so that it can help me going forward in the future. And celebrating achievements, of course, it's extremely important to celebrate even small achievements because that will it's always good to encourage your own self, to motivate your own self to keep going. Right? I hope I'm clear. This is my favorite part, leveraging alumni resources. Please bear in mind that all of us have got unlimited access to the UEL career zone. Now, this is really a very good thing that I believe the University of East London is doing. I don't know if other universities are doing this, but it's so good that we can still rely on the resources available at our university. So there is a dedicated careers advisor given to us, so we can always rely on the careers advisor for CV or for anything for planning for career planning. So that is one thing that I would encourage all of you to get registered into our university's career zone and also staying connected with the alumni community for support. So as I said, there is a very interesting event that is coming up on the 28th of March. I have already registered my interest and I encourage all of you to do this. And I really hope that I get to see all of you in the networking event. The reason why I'm saying is this: if you know that there are resources available, make use of it. It's very important to make use of the resources that are available. And we are really very fortunate that we have access to these resources. Right. Lastly, please feel free to connect. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. using the URL. Of course, Rwanda will be sharing my PPT with all of you. So you can click on this link and you can connect with me. I have also, you can also see a screenshot of my LinkedIn profile. So in case if you're not able to find me, you can find me through this. And you can also connect with me through my email, that is sharmashivani33 at gmail.com. Now, I would like to tell you this, that the company that I'm working at the moment, they are looking for employment advisors. So if you are someone who is interested in this area of work, please feel free to forward your CV to me, to my email ID. I'll be more than happy to refer you to the hiring manager. Yeah. And lastly, there is a small quote which says that a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. The reason why I'm telling this to you is that your journey is definitely not going to be smooth, but don't worry, even if it is rough, it will actually give you a lot of skills and a lot of confidence. With this, thank you, all of you,